Hi everyone, Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. So in today's video, I am going to do firmware upgrade on two Palo Alto giant firewalls 5450, and both firewalls are in Edge. So let's start. I will log in into my first firewall and the second as well. So for Palo Alto, in order to do firmware upgrade, your support license should be valid. Otherwise, it will not allow you to do the firmware upgrade. So you can do, but there are some manual ways. But if you have a valid support license, so it will be easy to do a firmware upgrade. You will find the latest firmware inside the firewall itself, and you can simply download it. So let's start. So both of my firewalls are in HA. You can see from here my current version is 11.2.0 and I am going to upgrade it to 11.2.10 H3. Okay, so the secondary firewall you can also see it is a passive one. This one is active and both have same firmware version 11.2.0. Okay. So first of all, I'll take a backup of my configuration. I'll go to devices, setup, operations, and then I will create a backup snapshot. We, okay, you can name it anything. And then I can export. The upgrade. Okay, download it, and I will also export the device state. So it will it is a backup of the current state, your certificates and everything. Now the important thing is before doing the firmware upgrades, your dynamic updates should be up to date. Dynamic updates include the application and thread signature, everything. It should be up to date because it is directly linked with the firmware version. Okay, so next thing is I'll go to software types. So what I told you earlier, if you have a valid uh, support license, then you can see the suggested and supported firmware version inside the firewall itself. So my current version is 11.2.0, which is downloaded, currently installed, and now I want to jump to this one, H.2 11.2.10 H3. So what I'll do, I will start with the download. So sync to HA pair, it means it will download this firmware in both firewalls at the same time. Okay, so I will start. So it will take some time depending on the internet connection. So let's see how it goes. It is downloaded in the primary box. Now it is transferring the image to the secondary pair. So let's wait till it completes. If you want to If you want to see how you can configure the HA between these 5450 Palo Alto firewalls, you can go to my YouTube channel and I have the HA configuration video there. You can also watch that video. Okay, the software is the new firmware, the software is successfully downloaded. So let's verify. So here you can see it is downloaded, and under the action you can see installed. So now let's verify on the secondary box. So go to devices and then software. I can see the same status here. I can simply install. So the next step is I am going to do firmware upgrade on the secondary box first in order to minimize the downtime or traffic disruption. So what I'm going to do, I will go to HA settings and then disable configuration sync, and also I will disable preempt. Okay, why I'm doing this? Because once I am doing the firewall, doing the firmware upgrade, I don't want when it comes back after reboot with the new firmware version, I don't want my traffic to go down. Okay, so for the safe side, I am disabling this option from the HA. Same thing, HA setting, same thing I will be doing on the secondary pair also. So I'll disable configuration sync and I will disable preempt and commit. Commit is successful on the primary box. Let's wait for the secondary one. Okay. The commit is also successful. Now I'll go to high availability devices, high availability, and then operational command. From here, I will suspend this host, this secondary pair from the HA. Okay. So now if I go to primary dashboard and say the status, so the primary one is the active. All the traffic will keep on going from this as it was going before, and the secondary pair is suspended. So now I can safely do the upgrade. So I'll go to software and I will do install. Okay, so it is also saying the same thing. If system is a part of HA configuration, put it in suspended state before starting the installation. So to install, so the installation is started. It will take some time to install and then reboot. Installation is started. So I am going to pause the video until it is completed. Then I will come back. So the installation is completed and now it is asking for the reboot. So I also started ping so I can see how much time it will take to come back. So let's do reboot. Let's wait for this secondary box to come back. Now I can see the ping response. It looks like the giant is rebooted and is back online. So let's see. Till it is under rebooting process. So let's give it few more seconds. Now the giant is fully back. So let's log in and check the status. Okay, good thing is firmware is upgraded and it is still loading. That's why it is not showing the HJ status. So let's give it some few more time. If I go to primary and see the status of the HA, so the primary one is active and the status of the pair is unknown. Okay, so let's refresh. Still it is loading because from here, this graph also you can see there is no information. So still loading. Basically, it's a big firewall with multiple modules. So loading all the modules and everything and syncing all the base operating systems, it takes some time. Mhm. So now this firewall HA is synced. HA is initiated again. The firewall is fully back. So that's it. So it's passive. PAN OS is mismatched. And if I go to primary one and refresh it, so it is going the same status. The primary one is active. The secondary one is passive. Configuration not synchronized, which we disable manually, and the PAN is missing because the difference of operating system. Okay. So now I will move to upgrading this primary firewall, what I will do, I will go to devices, availability, operational command, and I will suspend this. Suspending this or enabling this option, so what it will do, it will force a manual failover and shift all the traffic to the other pair. So I do this, then go to the secondary pair and refresh. Now you can see the secondary one is active, the pair is suspended, user requested, and all the traffic will be shifted to the secondary pair. And now the primary pair is standalone and we can safely do the firmware upgrade. So now go to software, it is already downloaded, and now we just simply need to install. The installation process is started. It will take some time to do installation and reboot. So I will pause this video here and I'll come back once the installation is completed. So the installation is completed. Now it's asking for the reboot. So I'll press yes. And let's wait for this firewall to reboot and come back online. The firewall is back, so now let's log in and check the status. So it's still loading. As you can see, it is not available, no system resources, so it's still loading. So let's wait, give it some more time. Good thing is the firmware is successfully upgraded. If we go to the secondary pair, so now the status is changed. The secondary pair is still active, but the status of the primary pair is unknown. Configuration unsynchronized, not synchronized, which we disable by default, and still it is loading. Let's wait a few more minutes. Now this firewall is back to normal, and HA status, you can see it's still passive. The other one is active. I will refresh it. So the only thing is configurations are not synced. So our firmware upgrade is done, completed, successful. You can see both are upgraded to 11.2.10 H3, same on both sides. Now let's go to devices, high availability. So we will enable the options which we disabled. Preempt, commit, and we'll do the same on the other pair. HA general configuration sync and preempt. So let's wait for this commit to complete. It is completed, successful, and Okay, sync is completed. So the configurations we disable now are enable. So now let's make the first box as a primary. So to do this, I will go to devices, operational command, we'll do suspend. So this will make this box as a primary, and then I'll go back and make it local function high available. So now the HA is back to normal. So for the configuration, synchronization, I'll do it manually. Sync is in progress. Still in progress. Now synchronized. Now finally everything is up, running, and all the status are green. So thank you for watching.